Hi, all my gorgeous peeps out there. Today we are doing something a little bit different. I came across the video, This Is America, via my daughter. We were driving, where were we driving to?
We were driving to Surrey. We
were driving somewhere. And this record came on the radio, and I didn't quite get it. And Katrina was like, oh, this is fantastic, this is fantastic. Oh, Mom, you've got to watch it. And as I watched and listened, as I listened to the song, I was like, well, it's okay, but what's all the hype? She said, the hype is when you see that video. So I said, okay, let me go home. So when I got home, I didn't watch it immediately, but yesterday I sat up and I watched the video for the first time. First time I watched it, still didn't quite get it. Then I re-watched it, and all of a sudden, all these things started to come at me. Then I watched other people's opinions about the video, and it became very clear. So I thought it would be really interesting for us to discuss This Is America video, but at the same time, I've got my two husbands.
So it's your birthday.
Yes, so I've got Phil, he's now watching it.
And he's not watched it before.
He's never seen it. So we want to get his opinion, and then that's Rachel, my first husband.
Now, my dad is an actor and a director and a writer, so I'll be interested to see if he gets this sooner than most.
Yeah.
Hang on, I just want to see his reaction to this bit, because this is the iconic scene.
Because it's the
and they've never seen it before.
All of the imagery and everything.
Hang on, let's see if he gets it. Let's see if he gets it. Here we go. It's coming. He laughed.
Yeah.
So we're going to let them watch it. And then we're going to talk about it.
And we're going to talk about it. And then we're going to re-watch it together. And just to discuss it. Because I thought it would be really interesting looking at it from the perspective of a black American woman born in the 50s. Gone through all sorts of shit over there.
You swore.
Yeah, what the heck? It's my birthday. I'm a year older. I'm almost a pensioner. And then the opinion of a black male coming from America, having lived outside of the States for many years, and the opinion of a white Englishman living with a black woman, dealing with my stuff, and what his opinion is of this video. And I'm just curious to see what they see, if they see what I see,
and what I see,
and what Katrina sees, and what the world sees. I got my tiara on, people, because it's my birthday today.
All right, we'll come back.
Come back to that. All right, so we're going to come back to you. Let's let them finish watching. And just so that we can see. Phil ain't moved. He's just kind of watching. Because I know the first time I watched it, I didn't get it. What was your immediate reaction to that video? What did you think?
Everybody had told me to watch it and watch it and watch it. And initially I didn't understand why they kept saying watch it, watch it, watch it. Because I think sometimes when people tell you to watch things, the hype is bigger than it is.
Yeah.
It looked like initially just a black man acting on black crime.
Okay. Phil, what did you see?
I from almost 10 seconds in, I thought, I'm going to need to watch this goodness knows how many times, because of all the stuff that was going on in the background.
Okay, so you noticed there were things going on in the background.
Yeah.
Tons of stuff.
Tons of stuff.
Yeah.
Were you focused on the main singer and the dancers?
Some of the time, not all of the time.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So your focus was Paul?
Yeah, quite frequently.
Okay.
Yeah. And what sort of thing did you notice? Did you see it as black on black crime, or how did you see it?
Well, I was expecting something that was more, black versus white, I'll be blunt.
Yeah.
And it isn't explicitly so. It was just about, to me, urban breakdown. That's one of the things, if I was going to say it's about one thing, that was the thing that came across. Just the sudden, in the middle of, he just, got a whole, quiet down and then move on, just like nothing had happened.
Okay, did you notice anything significant about that particular scene?
I'd have to go back and see it. I mean,
we are going to watch it.
Did you notice anything significant about that scene?
What struck me is where it was shot. The kind of place it was shot, like sort of like a underground mob kind of a place where they would do deals and stuff like that. And just the whole nobility of it, just all the different, just it was almost like killing off a past.
Okay. Did you notice anything significant about the guns and the way that the guns were treated?
Almost as if they were like part of like the new normal.
Okay, watch it again. We're going to watch it again. We'll stop it there. I want you to watch it again. And this time, I want you to concentrate with each shooting, look at the gun and then look at the body and see what happens with that. Also, one other thing I'm going to point out is, did you notice anything significant about what he was wearing and what did that say to you?
Just the trousers and no shirt and all that stuff?
Did it remind you of anything?
Not really.
Okay, look at it again, see it, and really look at it this time and see if anything springs to mind.
Should we go with this one or the very first? So
that's
the second time watching the video for the two of you. Did you notice anything different this time?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It looked like that Gambino was actually being John Wilkes Booth and shooting Abraham Lincoln in the first one. I thought with his gun, because the gun was sort of like a very, very like last century kind of gun.
Oh really? I didn't know, no one said that.
And the AK-47 when he was shooting the choir reminded me of the guy that did the mass murder in
the church
in
Charleston.
Did you know something else?
The trousers he was wearing, that's why I thought John Wilkes Booth, because it's from back that it wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't now. No zip. It was just
Right.
buttons.
Shall I tell you my take on his costume? You notice the tan trousers, the buttons, bare chest. He's got 2 chains around his neck. He's got natural hair. Does not look like a slave auction?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, like a slave.
But that's what took me back to that.
Huh?
I wouldn't have picked that up.
You didn't pick up that?
That's the first thing I picked up. I was like, oh.
Well, to me, you know what it to
looks
me.
like Kunta Kinte.
Well, no, I thought he looked like Little Black Sambo. Remember?
Yes. Yes.
You remember Sambo?
Yes.
Little Black. Do you remember Sambo?
Yeah.
And it just reminded me, and the tar man. You know, catch me.
Yeah.
You know, like a little black boy running.
Yeah.
Running.
Did you notice the pose that he did just before? Did you notice the pose just before he shot the first man?
I didn't focus on it.
Okay, I'll show you.
I kept thinking he needs to go to the gym. But no, because Chris wanted me. Chris thinks he'd be a good Cornelius.
I think he'd be an amazing
and I
Cornelius.
was like, he needs to
What are
go
you
to the
doing,
gym.
Katrina?
Did you not notice how with the guns they were placed in a red cloth and
Oh,
ferried
no,
away?
Ferried
Very gently.
Very
And
gently.
the bodies were dragged.
So it's as if the gun is precious.
Yeah.
And, you know, let's not get our fingerprints on it. Let's get this away. Just ferry it away. But the people were like cargo.
Yeah.
Just pull them away.
Yeah.
And the fact that at first, in the very first shooting, it was a man. It was an obvious man sitting there.
Yeah.
But when it came time to shooting, there was something over his head.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, no,
nothing.
Yeah. But
No identity.
Also, at the very beginning with it, because he has the lyric "Guns in my area," and if you notice, it starts with it filmed on his back, and you can't see a gun. There's no gun, and then all of a sudden there's a gun for him to shoot, and then the second one, the gun gets past him, but you don't see where it's coming from. And it's that kind of question: where are all these guns coming from in my area? You know, just that's what. Okay, so look at.
From the Jim Crow.
That's the pose he made.
That's the pose. Have a look, Phil. It's the Jim Crow pause.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That initial.
Well, so that's why that it took me back to the last century. You know, and just
I noticed the whole
white horse and all
The white horse.
that.
Did you see the white
white horse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the white horse?
Yeah.
See, I didn't even notice the white horse until I think my 4th time watching it. I went, oh my God, there's a horse in the background going past, because I was so into the dance in the middle and just the whole movement.
People are saying that's supposed to signify the first horseman of the apocalypse.
The first horseman.
Well,
Yeah.
It kind of just made me think. I mean, did the clan ever ride on horses? It just. Yeah,
Probably.
That's what it made me think of.
Did you notice after the second shooting how the police were there and the police were chasing? They had all the protesters that ran in, and the police were chasing protesters while the shooter was just
kind
going in the opposite direction.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. Police were after all of the bystanders, the people watching, people in the community, but not necessarily the actual shooter.
Did you notice with the mobile phones? Did you see that part? The filming of the mobile phones?
Yes, I did see that from the back.
From the balcony.
Yeah. What did you see?
I saw it on the balcony.
It's typical of bystanders just sort of.
Did you notice they were gagged?
No,
Their mouths were covered.
No,
So
I didn't notice that.
they were filming everything but couldn't talk about it. Yeah.
And now this policeman is saying, white policeman is saying, please stop filming us.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Making us no, because it's like it's too much evidence. But the sad thing about it, even with all the filming and the evidence, still things don't happen.
Well, do you know what? I was when we're talking about doing this. I'm reading a book at the moment. There's this trilogy. This Scottish journalist's working on. First part is Detroit '67. Second part is Memphis '68. The last one's going to be Harlem '69, which she hasn't written. I'm now halfway through the Memphis one, and the theme throughout is basically police brutality towards the black community, and in spite of evidence, they get off. Nothing is done. Yeah. And 50 years later, nothing has changed.
Nothing's changed, and it's changed. I mean, and the thing about it is, a lot of people ask me many times, why did I move to this country and stay? And one of the reasons I have made this England my home, it is because about the gun violence and just the violence in general. And to be honest is, I'm thinking, at least every 20 years there should be a change. You expect a change within a generation. And I really thought that my generation, that when we grew up, that when we became the adults, it would be different. But it's not. Because now my child is an adult. And it still ain't no different. And that's what worries me.
It's no different here, because we're looking at doing Street Angels. There's a musical starting in 1998 with Thatcher. And then jumping the second part is 30 years later, more than 30 years later, it's Theresa May. And back then it was the white folks on the black folks with BNP and all that stuff. Now it's black people on black people with knives because of drug wars. Yeah. So it hasn't changed really. More things change, the more they stay the same.
What I found really interesting about the video and how, with all the chaos happening in the background, but yet all the focus is on, most people initially watch, Donald Glover and the dancers, and a lot of the dancing they were doing are the viral dances, the ones that become really popular. And it kind of spoke to me about how people are very interested in black culture, and they celebrate black culture, but yet actually, on a face level, all this chaos is happening and no one's really doing anything about all the chaos that's happening in those communities. As long as we're dancing and entertaining everybody, then everything's okay. And that really kind of struck me. Yeah. That really struck me.
And I like that lyric, get your money black.
Yeah.
I think that if nothing, Trump, I can't even want to say his name, 45 being in is activating, especially the youth. Because I was just reading through Miranda, the new book, and it was saying like how it's a shame that the youth culture in America they're so focused on pop culture, but with this they've actually woken up now, and they're actually being more effective in terms of gun control than they had been. And I had written back then if the youth of America could actually just wake up, they could be such a force for change. And they are. Yeah. I mean, that the white kids still need to reach out and make it a bit more diverse. Yeah.
Did you notice anything? What struck you about the cars at the end? Did you notice anything in particular about the cars at the end?
What, the ones being burnt up and
the cars at the very end?
The old ones.
All the old cars at the very end.
That they were old.
Did you notice anything else and catch what that might signify?
No.
Okay, I read up on this and also was like, for me. And from what I read up on it, was people saying a lot of that was based in Jim Crow and redlining and how it was very difficult to own property. And so a lot of black people would spend their money on a car because to show that they are working in it, there is something of value, but cars depreciate so quickly. And there's nothing that you can pass down generations. And so it's not yet another way of just keeping that disparity of wealth. Yeah. And also I noticed with the hazard lights and the doors are open and the hazard lights are flashing. I was automatically thinking about Sandra Bland, the lady that was pulled over and then died, and the amount of countless people that were stopped in traffic, and then never seen again. I just found that really jarring. It was almost like a graveyard of cars with just one black woman just sitting there.
And that image of her took me back to the image of Beyonce being on that car in Lemonade, and being submerged and dying, But I mean, I'm going to watch it again and again. Because there's so much in
There's
there.
so much in it. Like the joint. Did you notice the joint?
Yes, and that's that culture, you know, like, oh yeah, they're going to shoot up and then they just go and fire up and just walk away like it's nothing.
That's not how I took it at all. I saw it as a completely different thing. I saw it as hundreds and hundreds of black men in prison for ounces of weed.
Oh yeah,
and
well
there's
that's
people
true.
making millions over legal weed.
Oh, and as well as, and it's the guns. You know, I'm sorry, they get locked up for weed, but yet the guns are still out there on the street.
Yep.
The guns are on the street, and that's what just kind of makes you go, what? What's going on here, America? But it's not. But the thing is, I am hoping that because this video has gone so viral across the world, that the world is able to look at it and people are going to and talk about it.
The world's been looking at this and talking about this for years.
Yeah.
The Second Amendment it's almost like it's more
the
treasured
right,
than the first.
the right to bear arms.
It's like that's the most important. That's the most important one to all of them.
Well, here's an interesting comment on that. I mean, I feel uncomfortable with this because I noticed it and then I didn't do anything about it. But Norton, the security company, one of the companies that bankrolled the NRA, and I have my security with them. And when I noticed this, I thought, shit, I need to find someone else. I didn't in time; it got automatically renewed.
Yes, on the computer.
Did not know that. Did not know that.
And we've got.
So we're funding them in so many ways that you can realise.
We've got ethical investors. We need to be aware of something like that. You wouldn't necessarily think about it.
No, you're right.
I don't think I'd be surprised if Microsoft bankrolled them. Because Bill Gates has got this reputation, but hey, is anybody exempt?
I had no idea.
Yeah, Norton.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll ask you two questions because you guys have seen lots and lots. What do you think will be the conclusion of all of this?
Sadly, I don't think there will be a conclusion. I think it'll be something that people talk about for a few weeks and then it'll be on to the next. And I think that's what the video's saying as well. It's that
nothing changes.
Nothing changes, and it's that kind of that obsession with popular culture.
Yeah.
You know, the youth and not just the youth, everybody with social media and whatever is so obsessed with popular culture that but there's that saying is that if ever something very big happens in the news, always look for the other story that they're trying to distract you from. And that's what I think this video is also saying. So sadly,
it's a distraction.
Sadly, I think that this even though it's a wonderful piece of art, it's just going to be another piece of art that gets.
You know, I mean, think about it, it'd be a distraction away from what Kanye was saying.
Because
now people are talking about this and forgetting about what he said.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is, all of it needs to be talked about, digest.
Mr.
Oh,
Kanye.
Please.
I mean, is it publicity or is he ill or is it both?
I
think it's a combination. I think he's bipolar. I'm sorry, I'm gonna put it out there.
I think
because I think he goes off on these
mania. He does.
It's manic. I think when he's in the heat of an interview, that manic comes out, and it's kind of like that Tourette's.
If you reminded me of me.
Yeah, it does remind me of you sometimes. But sometimes I think you say things sometimes purely for effect.
Effect.
He meant it.
And
I think that's the difference.
Because he also says that he doesn't read.
He needs to read. His ass needs to read.
Probably needs to read a book or 10.
Yes.
You know, and if he can't read, then he needs to watch some videos.
Because he was trying to make that point. I don't read because this is all lyrical genius in my head. It's not influenced by anything else.
Stop.
But
he needs to stop believing his own.
There are a lot of talented artists whose politics stink.
Yeah.
Of course there are. There are. But
it's madness.
Just,
yeah. I mean, I think, has Ella seen the video?
No, and I haven't shown it to her yet. I will show it to her, but not yet.
Because I think it's something that it's one that the kids need to see, but they need to see it with an adult to explain it to them, so that she doesn't just go off singing the lyrics and doing it in the playground.
To be honest,
it's just a song.
I've heard the song on Radio 1 Extra a little bit, not a lot.
Well, we heard it that time in the car.
Not a lot though. I think it's one of the DJs for Song of the Week next week. It's not really going to be played. Radio 1 I'm going to play it. I don't.
Oh no.
Radio 1.
I just don't.
Anyway.
So
I don't see Hart playing it either.
But we listen to 1 Extra every day, so the kids are going to hear it. I don't think it's going to be one of the things we talk about in the paper.
The thing though is, I mean, obviously I haven't heard the track in isolation, but the video is so complex.
Yeah.
you know, does the song even, you know, have to say it?
No, it does.
Without
no, without the video.
Without the video, it doesn't. Because when I first heard it, I was kind of thinking, well, this is going here and going there, and where's the melody, and where's the this, and I didn't quite get it just from the song. But now I love it.
Oh, he's amazing. Have you watched Atlanta?
No.
Oh, you've got to watch it.
It starts today.
I've read
It starts today on BBC Two. I'm watching it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm watching it already because I.
Oh, then we've got to record.
My house is American, so I get to watch American television.
Okay.
You've got to watch it. He stars in it. I think his brother wrote it. I think he produces it, and also he used to write for 30 Rock as well. So he's a writer, a producer, and a director, an actor, and a musician. He's a bit like you. He's a bit like you. He's the young you.
Roger told me check that, you know. Yeah. And Chris said he'd be great for Cornelius.
He'd be great in your play. He'd be great in your new TV show.
Because he wrote to Lee. He wrote to Lee and said, Donald Glover. Donald was like,
he would be amazing. That's
is he related to Elder Glover?
I don't know.
Danny Glover?
No, his brother Stephen Glover.
Okay.
He's the writer.
Okay, so I think we'll wrap this up now. It's a talking piece, and we will carry on talking, and we want you to carry on watching and carry on talking, but don't just talk. We want some action. All right? Some action. So, from all of us,
sit back down.
Sit back down. From husband number 1.
My name is Ray.
Rachel. To husband number 2.
I'm Phil.
To daughter number 1.
Cat.
To grand dog, who is all up on me. Stella. We wish you peace, love, happiness, and all that.
From the mama.
From the mama. Goodbye.